Hello guys, how are you today? I'll be explaining this for the periodic for the students that have it tomorrow and hopefully for the finals. So select the figure that represents the graphs of y is equal to this. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna analyze each graph. So the first graph is an absolute value graph, and we know that the absolute value graph looks like this. Alright, now there are some changes made. It's multiplied by a number that is greater than 1. Now this number is, we do not care if it's positive or negative, it just needs to be greater than 1 as an absolute value. As the number itself, which is 3, it's greater than 1, so it's gonna stretch, it will be like this. And then it moves down 3 units, so it's gonna go 1, 2, 3. And then the new graph is gonna be there. A potential graph is definitely this one. So far this one looks like the correct graph. Then y is equal to minus 0.5 x squared plus 5. Again, we're multiplying x squared, which is the original graph, which is like this. We are multiplying it, the parabolic function, by a number that is between 0 and 1. So this number between 0 and 1 is gonna shrink. When it shrinks, it expands. So I know it doesn't make sense, but this is in math, okay? So it's gonna become a bit bigger. However, it's multiplied by a negative, so it's gonna be flipped, okay? And plus 5, so it will ascend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So at 5 points, it ascends. And then this is the correct graph. When they ask us for the roots, we'll just come back to this graph, okay? We will check these points, the points of the intersection of the two graphs, and we will see it is at minus 2 and 2. So x is equal to minus 2 and x is then equal to 2. Question number 2. This question is a really tricky question. I don't think we've ever taken something like this. So using a graphing calculator, I plotted the function, okay? And I got that the points of intersection is over here and over here, because what do they ask in this quiz? They ask us for the roots of this one. And when we're talking about the roots, we are talking that the y has to be equal to 0. So we come here and we take the graph in blue. This is the graph we want, okay? This is the graph we plotted. Okay, I don't think something like this will come in the exam, but I'm just using the graphing calculator for now. Then we're gonna take the 2 points in which the y is 0. And we get minus 3 and 1. So then that means the roots are minus 3 and 1. Moving on to question number 3. They're telling us fx is greater than or equal to 0. Okay, so now below is the graph of a function y is equal to fx. They told us fx greater than or equal to 0. Okay, again, I'm repeating the question. What do we need to do is just that you substitute the y by 0. Okay, so they're telling us y is equal to fx. So actually substitute the fx by y. So that means the y, okay, our y, which is over here, has to be greater than or equal to 0. So at which point does it start becoming greater than or equal to 0? At this point over here, which is 2. So that means for the y to be greater than or equal to 0, x has to be greater than or equal to 2. Question number 4, they're asking us, below is this line, y is equal to fx, and then another one, which is y is equal to gx. They need a point in where fx, okay, is greater than gx. And they told us fx is the one in blue, gx is the one in red. So tell me at which point does the blue line start becoming greater than the red line? It's at this point over here, which is 3. We move on to question number 5. This graph over here. Now, below is the graph of this function, y is equal to fx is equal to 2 plus 0.5x minus 1 squared. They told us fx, okay, has to be less than the function of the absolute value of x plus 1. So very simply, let's plot this function, absolute value of x plus 1. So it's going to be over here. Okay, we're gonna draw the points properly. Sorry, the points are not drawn properly. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is something what the points are supposed to look like. Now they told us, at which 2 points is fx, the function, okay, less than, or not at which 2 points, between which 2 points is the function fx less than this function over here. So this function is in blue, fx is in black. So you see they, like at 2 points, you can see that the absolute value of x plus 1 starts increasing more than this function over here. And these 2 points are 1 and 3. So that means x, if you want to read it like this, x has to be greater than 1 and x has to be less than 3. So definitely the answer over here is 1 and 3. Moving on to question number 6. The graph of fx, x to the power of 3 minus 5x minus 2 is shown below. Which of the following values is the approximate roots of this function? So to find the roots of this function, we need the y to be 0. So we're going to select the points at which y is 0. 1 point here, 1 point here, and 1 point here. Here it's approximately minus 2, minus 0.4, and approximately 2.4. So let's check if we have these. We have 2.4, we have minus 0.4, and we have minus 2. So these are all our answers. Moving on to question number 7. The graph of a cubic function y is equal to fx is shown below along with the graph of the line y is equal to x. Which of the following is true? Now, if fx is equal to x, if you do not shift this straight line in blue, okay, how many roots does it have? How many roots, meaning at how many points does it intersect with the second graph? We can see clearly 1, 2, 3 points. So fx is equal to x has 3 roots. Then fx is equal to minus 2. That means we have to go down 2. So 1, 2. And so then the line is like this. How many roots does it have? If you continue this, I believe it has 1, 2, and 3 roots. So definitely, if you decreased it by 2, it has 3 roots. Now, if x is equal to x minus 5 has 2 roots, let us see. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So over here, I think it has only 1 root. So this is incorrect to say it has 2 roots. It has only 1 root. Now, if x is equal to x plus 1 has 2 roots. So we increase by 1. How many roots does it have? It has it actually has 3 roots. So to say it has 2 roots is wrong. X plus 4 is equal to fx has 3 roots. So we have to go up to x plus 4. Over here, I think it has only 1 root. So to say it has 3 roots is incorrect. Now finally, x plus 5 has 1 root. So to draw it, it's going to be here. And yes, it has only 1 root. So definitely, we can say that x plus 5 has 1 root. Moving on to question number 8. Below again are 2 graphs. We need to find which of the following are the set of values of x. So now they're asking us for which of the values of x does x minus 3 to the power of 2, this function, the parabolic function, is it greater than the absolute value function? So we need to see at which point is it greater. So definitely at this point over here. So if it's a point less than 2, then it's greater. And if it is a point greater than 5, then it is greater. So definitely we need to choose if x is less than 2 or greater than 5. Moving on to question number 9. Here very simply to find the x-intercept, it's the number next to x, which is minus 2. To find the slope, my bad. To find the slope, it is the number next to x, which is -2. To find the x-intercept, you have to make y 0. So 0 is equal to -2x plus 3. -3 is equal to -2x. X is equal to -3 over -2, which is 3 over 2, which is 1.5. So the x-intercept is 1.5, and don't forget to make the y 0. Y-intercept is when x is 0, so -2 times 0 plus 3, which then makes it 3. So the y-intercept is 3. Moving on to question number 10, we need to find the positive root of, so we need to find the positive root and the negative root of this function. Very simply, just come here and see fx is equal to 0. So over here, okay, we need to find, so this is the regular function. It's already graphed. They told us what is the positive root. Positive root is when y is 0, and we find it to be 4. So that makes the positive root 4. Now, if fx is 0 and they need the negative root, we come over here and we find it to be -3. So the root means that the y is 0. So we found it here to be -3. Now question number 11. Below is the graph of the function y is equal to fx is equal to x to the power of 3 minus whatever. Now look at this one. They told us fx is equal to 100. That does not mean that y is 0. Now that means y is 100. So you have to go to 100. Okay, you have to see which points are at 100. You have this point over here, this point over here, and this point over here. So they are approximately -3, -1, and 7. So -3, -1, and 7. -3 is the smallest root, -1 is the middle root, and then 7, not 8, and 7 is then the largest root. So let's submit, and hopefully there are no mistakes. Gladly there are no mistakes, thank God. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.